Kayode now joins me as I bring you up to speed with what you have been talking about, say, in the last 24 hours as well.
Oh, absolutely. And you can tell that Nigerians are big on anything that has to do with the nation. You know, you have to give it to Nigerians on the love and the passion for their country. But what have you been talking about this time around? Well, let's start off with the big one. Around Nigeria's oil sector, the NNPCL GMD has been speaking, Mr. Mele Kyari, and this time around he says that we all know what happens. It's been given some sort of cryptic messages that when he starts talking, then Nigerians will be shocked. You'll uncover things, and naturally Nigerians are saying, "Can we just have these things said already? Why do we have to wait? Why are you giving us a lot of suspense?" So take a look at what Jeremiah Adetunji has to say about this, because the NNPCL GMD was essentially decrying the impact of smuggling in the oil sector. So the question is, what is new? Well, this user, Jeremiah, says, who are the we? I don't know. So he says, tell us what is happening or what happens in the oil sector. Let us know. So what exactly is holding him back? Those are the questions Nigerians want answers to. All right, he's not the only one talking. God, I Trust 101 says, I see people don't know the people behind the smuggling. So, and I think that it's clear. Even the Minister of Information had spoken about, you know, what was before subsidy was removed, how Nigeria used to get, you know, petrol in, and it was too much for us to consume. And he says that the petrol found its way to other countries, neighboring countries. So questions Nigerians have been asking is, who are the people responsible for that? As a nation with the power of a state, you can't tell us that you're not able to identify and prosecute those people. This next user, Abdul Ahmad Kumo, says everything will show itself by itself with time. I imagine that's what you want to say. But, you know, it's tricky relying on time. When we have people, we have institutions.
You know, at the end of the day, I think our job as journalists as well, and we try to do that job as much as possible. Nigerians are no longer impressed with policymakers, the government saying things, cryptic things, you know, saying we will say it, we're going to get it done. Nobody's even impressed by an investigation. We engaged the minister that they were saying he's still looking for the reports. Nigerians don't care anymore. Nigerians just want get it done. We can see the results of the corruption, yet we can't find the, what do you call it, the culprits.
Those responsible.
We see that people scammed us during subsidy. Are they in jail? Are they being prosecuted? So all of this is just story. When I was growing up in the city of Port Harcourt, they say story for the gods. Okay, it's even Lagos, story for the gods.
There you go.
Nigerians don't want to hear all these stories. Say it. We want people to be prosecuted. We want people to be in jail. Right. That is when Nigeria will take anybody serious. Else, if you like start an investigation right now, no matter how robust it is, Nigerians will naturally say, oh, it will go the same way. Will you blame them? We can reel out all the investigations that has been done in this country. What has happened?
So let's do things differently.
Let's go to the next one.
Yeah.
He has said again that the refinery, okay, Ipman is saying that the refinery will meet August deadline with full production.
So they're backing what the NNPCL had earlier said. When he said, well, he wasn't lying, in case people were thinking he was lying about the deadline of August for Port Harcourt refinery.
No, it's fair to have assumed that he's lying because he has said it many times and he did not do it. So that's why he had to say, I'm not lying. So you better not lie this time, Mr. Mele Kyari. So everybody's looking at you. So get it done, sir. We will applaud you if you get it done. So Nigeria, my country, says, I love Global. We will hold him accountable for his words. If Dangote Refinery and the other refineries start working, it will really help stabilize Nigeria's economy.
Well, X.5441 is coming from a place of what some might say is pessimism. Saying, if it is not realizable, don't say it, please. Just show Nigerians have started working. No too much promise, I beg. But maybe not pessimism, but what they have seen over time. Yeah. So don't promise us.
If you say something
and not deliver,
I didn't do it, you lied.
Absolutely.
Or you didn't meet up.
So,
in his words, July 2019, within the lifetime of this administration, the refineries will come upstream and work. This is 2024. They have not come. You remember we had from the minister, Minister of Petroleum, State Petroleum. They were moving it from Timmy Silva down to Lokbobri, down to himself, and now so. We have seen this. So just get it. What we're saying at the end of the day is just get it done. Thank you, sir. What's the next one?
Well, the next one, Jeffrey, is from Stanley Chika. still on this, saying that that's what they said last year, December, which the president will try and make it work this time around. Meanwhile, August is remaining few days to finish. Let me just properly give you where we are at in August. This is August the 9th.
It's still a long way to go.
We have 31 days in August.
So that means we have 20-something?
Yeah.
About
so we have
22?
Yeah, 22 days.
22 more days. Yeah. All right, so Chikezi Nwankwo says, we're tired of deadlines, see? Plus, just announced to us that you have started production and distribution. That is all we want to hear, not deadline, which has always been dead on arrival. Come on, man.
There you go. So, in fact, let us know when we bought it already and tell us, oh, do you know that petrol you just bought is from Port Harcourt Refinery? I think
so. Let us contextualize it for Mr. Mele Kyari and everybody who is at the forefront of this.
The ministers.
Everybody. But he is the GCEO, so he's the operational man.
But it is owned by the government.
Yeah, it's owned by all of us.
So from the Minister of Petroleum, which is the president.
President. There are three ministers.
Exactly. So the state oil, state
there's Lokpobri,
gas,
there's Ekperikbe of gas.
And then the NMPCL. And
all of these gentlemen. So what we want to see, sirs, please, from the president to everybody, we don't want to hear that there is production going on. We want to see those tankers leave Port Harcourt refineries, take petrol or PMS as we call it, to filling station, and we buy as a this one was refined from Port Harcourt refinery. That is when Nigerians will be. Any other technical term will not make no sense to nobody. This is free advice.
Well, speaking of ministers, Jeffrey, something played out in the nation's capital, Abuja, with a different minister entirely, the Minister of Women Affairs, Uju Ohanenye, who disrupted an event and ordered the arrest of the organizer for alleged impersonation. So I'd like you to just watch this, what played out, some of the things she said, and we'll give you some more to this one. Looks like an action movie, by the way.
Did not plan this. And the lady have arrested her. Right now, she's with DSS because she put up this. After we wrote where we are cancelling, the president approved that we should cancel until further notice. She still went ahead to print this thing. This is impersonation. And anyone, as far as this thing is printed and was given out there, that makes it a fraud. So that's why I'm standing here to explain this to everyone. She has been arrested. So that brings, she should have reorganized herself, used her name to make the invitation, and used her name to do this, not to use Federal Minister of Women Affairs. I can't allow this program to move on. I'm sorry about it. I'm going to get in police because this is pure impersonation and the president is not happy about it. I'm saying it, let the media cover it. I don't care. You don't do this. You don't take the ministry for granted. For what?
Well, like scenes from an action movie, it just came, disrupted the event. And
as I'm watching, I think there's more to that than what we saw.
Absolutely.
That's what we don't have. That's information we don't have. But the information we have is that apparently she alleges that they are using the ministry's name to organize that event without the ministry's approval. And she got wind of it and she stormed the place to say, look, I don't care whether the media is here. You cannot take the ministry for granted. This event will not go on. That's all we know to a large extent for now.
Jeffrey, it's quite interesting because on the 7th of May, 2024, that's just a few months ago, the minister met with the person.
The individual involved?
Yes.
The lady who is with the DSS?
Yes, because she actually put up an image, saying that this is fake. So if you just check the name of the organizer in quote, you realize that in May, the minister met with her in her office and put out a tweet saying that, you know what, they want to work together. She played host to her to improve the lots of Nigerian women. That was in May, Jeffrey. So in fact, they took pictures together, all smiling, right? And it's right there on X. You can go there right now.
That's why I'm saying that there is something that we don't know. But let's speak to what we have seen and what we know.
Particularly what you are saying.
And what you are saying. And this is coming from Daniel Bwala. He said, with all due respect, the Honorable Minister has no business storming the place to play act of drama She could have simply advised the law enforcement personnel about the alleged impersonation, and they'll go and disrupt the meeting and make arrests when necessary. There's a reason why ministers are called honorable ministers. This is clearly a case of law of diminishing return playing out here. Wow,
Okay.
those are strong words, man.
Coming from someone you describe as a friend of the president.
Yeah, he's a friend of the president.
To a member of the president's cabinet.
Yeah.
But take a look at what Ojubanire Kane says. It is a good one from the Honorable Minister of Women Affairs. There should be no reason for impersonation in a lawful country. But what we should dig deeper is what exactly happened, from the all smiles in that image to the all, action movie treatment and arrest. What happened? We need to know.
Exactly, and this is from I think it's Agbo, right? Agbo Chidi. She did the right thing. Impersonation is a serious offense. Her image is involved, so that is coming from Agbo.
There you have it. So again, they're missing lines in this whole documentation. Okay, whether they've been redacted or not, we need to know what exactly played out between May and August. So you have June and July. What happened exactly? Because from all smiles to that, we don't know. But moving on to a sad situation that we saw playing out in the Ikeja area of Lagos State yesterday. Fire razed a mobile filling station. You know that filling station is quite close to the road that leads to Ikeja on the bridge. And we saw the fire. It was a huge fire. Thankfully, it was put out, but vehicles were destroyed, and we saw even bodily harm to people as well as a result of that. But Ade Akindele has his first one to say that, now we don't know the cause of this, right? But people have been talking naturally, saying transporters sometimes leave their vehicles running while buying fuel, leaving their passengers in the vehicle to buy fuel. A lot of ignorance. People don't treat fuel as combustible.
Oh boy, so that very particular incident. If we can have the next message on X.
Dayo.
So if we can have the next message. Okay, this is from
Olamed Dayo.
Olamed Dayo. Said Nigeria needs to be taught the fire safety protocols size.
There you go.
There you go.
And this one, if you'd seen the videos, this one caught my attention, and I was concerned because what you saw was a lot of people pulling out their phones to record just meters away from the fire.
And anything can happen.
Anything can happen. It's a filling station, for crying out loud. There's lots of combustibles there. So this user adds his or her voice to that FK149, saying there is an explosion. The first thing people do is to rush to the scene and start recording, not calling fire service. For people's safety, always is best to be far, or for people's safety, always best to be far away from scenes like this.
I don't know whether our humanity and our sense of community has just disappeared with the advent of technology. I really don't know. This is really sad to see that rather than do something, you just want to capture it, maybe and put it online and
for views,
for clickbait or for views or whatever it is that you want to call it.
Come on.
It doesn't make sense.
We are smarter than that. So
all right.
Once
and you're not even a journalist in the first place.
Exactly.
Well, they call it citizen
journalism.
journalism.
Take precaution.
Yes.
I remember when
careful.
we were covering this explosion on the Tedola Bridge, just at the moment we got there was another explosion again. And I just thought about it, that imagine there were lots of people scampering for safety. I mean, it almost turned to a stampede. So it's important to always maintain safe distance. You don't even have to be there. Let the fire department do their job. If it's a building collapse, let the emergency responders do their jobs. Because what you see again is that people crowd the roads, and it's tough for emergency responders to do their job. So please, let us maintain decorum. Jeffrey.
All right. I think, well, at the end of the day, we will start our very first conversation. So I think the word is enough for everyone who will take it.
Yeah.
But what we've seen at the End Bad Governance protest that happened a couple of days ago, I think day 10 is tomorrow. Today is day 9. We don't know where. I know that Port Harcourt they protested, I think till yesterday or so, or 2 days ago. So there are some skeletal things happening across. But one of the things we saw, one of the black spots, if you allow me to use that word, in this particular protest, is a harassment of journalists who are doing their legitimate duty. They've been harassed by hoodlums, sometimes to the full glare of the law enforcement agency. That is the first conversation we'll be having just after this break. Join us again.